Hey guys, welcome back to another video with me, curbexuk, and if you look behind me over there's Martin doing his intro. Today we're on the Rochdale Canal because we've been allowed to enter the site at our own risk by the Canal and River Trust, and the draining, lock 89, you can see that. I'll just show you. But yeah, so now over there, I'll put a little clip in. There's an arrow on the floor which basically points to the little trapdoor which you can open and release the water into the River Tib, which hasn't been seen for over 200 years really. So let's crack on and I'll carry on. I'll explain a bit more about it as the video goes on. So on this map, I'm just showing you where the Rochdale Canal's Tib lock 89 is. It's where the red pin is, and that's where this video is going to be focused around. So we got here at about 9 o'clock, and we got told off the people who are doing the job that to drain this it's going to take a few hours. But you can already see now the level's gone down quite a bit. I don't really know if you can see. I'll show you up there again. I'll just give you a little shot of behind me. So it's going down sort of a medium sort of pace, but you can also start to see the debris in the bottom of the canal. There's quite a lot of it. You can't see the little trapdoor yet either, but hopefully that'll become visible as the water drains. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Alright, so the canal's drained a little bit more now, and it's drained now down to the point where their barge and this boat, which is apparently abandoned, has started to sit on the silt on the bottom of the canal, which I'll just show you now. And to be fair, that boat's it's not in bad nick. There's a Yamaha, is it a board motor on the back? And that's their barge over there, which is now sat on the surface or the bed. So we nipped away and got a coffee and some food, and then when we come back, the water had lowered enough that the Canal and River Trust employees could get in the water and could feel around for the trapdoor to pull it up and release it all 20 foot down into the Tib. So by this point, me and Martin had been waiting on this cold February's day at least a few hours, and we'd waited to see the trapdoor being ratchet strapped up, because there's that much pressure on the little door itself. As it's only about a foot wide by a foot, so you can imagine the pressure on that little door that these guys, they're trying to pull it up, but it's just not giving way. So they have to get the chap on the top to ratchet strap it up. And then obviously the more they ratchet it, the easier it comes up, and as you can see now, it's starting to swirl like a plug hole, and it is starting to slowly seep under the door and go down the chute, the 20-foot chute into the Tib. I'll try and find a picture of that to show you, but it was a really good thing to see, because obviously I did say earlier that it's not been seen in 200 years. It was done last year, but obviously not many people seen it. So that's why I said that. But yeah, the piece of wood that is in there is easily 200 years old, 200 plus years old. And the chain as well, the chain that is attached to the little trapdoor as well, that's also original, which would have been made by a blacksmith or an iron worker back in the 18th century maybe, or 17th century, one of them two. But I can't believe it, mate. I didn't even know trapdoors existed in canals. I mean, why on earth would you put a trapdoor in a canal? But obviously it's to release the water. And I've learned now that I think there's a few that have a trapdoor. I'm not too sure on the names, but I have been told that there is a few with trapdoors. But anyway, let's carry on with this video, and we'll look at the next few clips which show the water level a bit lower, and you can actually see the base of the canal bed, and we'll have a look at that trapdoor a bit closer in detail. So if you can see behind me there, you can see all the water whizzing down the plug hole, which not many people have seen, but that's going to drain the Rochdale Canal into the River Tib. And hopefully once it's all drained we can go in and have a look at it. So after a long wait, we finally get to see the little trapdoor, what stops the water from basically leaving the canal and keeps it at the level it needs to be. And isn't that just something to see? Like, it's amazing. So like I said, the Tib's at the bottom of there, and that apparently has been culverted since the 1820s. And Tib Lane and Tib Street are both named after the watercourse that it takes through Manchester. Again, I'm going to show you this little part of the chain. Look at that. Look at the way the water has affected the metals that it's made of. And just to think that a blacksmith would have made that over 200 years ago and it's still there today is just phenomenal. So after being given this very, very lavish equipment from the canal and river trust, as you can see, we've watched the lift in the previous clips I showed them pulling the actual little wooden plug hole out of the canal bed, and now as you can see from behind me it's all drained and you can see the silt and stuff. And I just can't believe that we've actually been one of the few people to see that. You see it in the clip. I think you can. We're one of the very few people who've seen that being lifted and drained into the River Tib from the Rochdale Canal. Let me just show you the speed this water's going down the hole. I've actually seen little tiny fishes going down it, which are going to end up in the River Tib, because that's where that goes. And then eventually they'll end up in. If they end up in the Tib, they then end up in the. And then they end up in the medlock. So really, they've got more chance of a better life. But look at the speed of that. It's like a big plug hole from your kitchen sink in it. And another thing that I can't believe is I'm stood in the middle of the Rochdale Canal. You can see the actual canal river trust people up on the bridge up there, who kindly allowed us to come in at our own risk and have a look around. And before, you might have ever mentioned about the abandoned boat. Can you see it up there? I don't know if I'll be able to get a closer look at that, but it's quite interesting really. I don't get how boats end up abandoned on the canal because I thought everyone owned them. But if I just spin this round now, I'll show you the it's like a side flow, or it basically keeps the water level from getting too high at the top. I'll spin it round, and this is the water which is coming from higher up there, which you can see now. So that little thing there is like an overflow system from the water at the top, and that's the mine. So, before you heard me mention the boat, which is just over there, which we're going to go and have a look at. But I'm going to show you what I'm walking through now, which is why you shouldn't throw shit in the canal. I'll just spin this round. Can you see this? This is the canal. Oh. And if you look at how gloopy the floor is, look at all the rubbish. Oh. Feet are well and truly sinking into the canal. 2 abandons. 4-stroke. So we can have a little peek inside. Oh, bloody hell. Like an apocalyptic canal. And we'll head back down there now, back to the little hole. And as you can see, There's a little gap we're in. People who are looking at what we're doing. Let's head back over there anyway. Okay, so I'd only nipped away to that little boat for a few minutes. I come back, Martin's doing a tour. Oh, not a tour, he's doing a talk about the trapdoor. It does just go to show you though that people are fascinated by these things, and I suppose everybody's got that bit of curiosity inside them that just wants to know why is this here, why is that there. So what you can see here is the Canal and River Trust staff trying to catch a fish from the canal so they can rehome it into a deeper part where it can stay alive and it can carry on living. But they were trying to catch this, it was at least 2 foot long, and they were trying to catch it with this really tiny bucket. But one of the blokes who works for them actually decided that he was going to catch it with his hands, and I'll show you in the next clip. Told you he caught it with his hands. Alright guys, so we're going to do Kirby's bucket now. As we walk down there, I collected various items along the way. The first one being the penny board. It's not an original one, but still, the wheels are a bit seized. But we also found this, which looks like an old cap, old bus driver type cap. We've got some wallets, because obviously we're next to a canal, people get mugged, and then the people who've done the mugging throw the discarded, what they don't want, they throw the discarded stuff into the canal. And if you just look, we just got this, a full bottle of proper Coca-Cola. It's not, you look, see it? It's not even been opened yet, and it's been lurking at the bottom of the canal. God knows how long for. But anyway, yeah, so that was curbexuk's bucket. And we're going. Alright guys, we're still in the canal, bottom of the canal, located just off Whitworth Street, which is behind these buildings on the left. If you want to come and have a look at it, you know where the arrow is on the side of the canal, left hand side. And I keep saying I'm sorry about that, but I've just got to get all this in. I want to say thanks to the Canal and River Trust for letting us come down here at our own risk sort of thing, letting us come and have a look around. We've got to see the trapdoor, which not many people in Manchester have seen. 150 years plus, I don't think anyone's seen it. It did get lifted up last year, but no one documented it, so we've come to do that. And again, just want to say thanks to the Canal and River Trust, thanks to Martin, thanks to you guys at home for watching. So we've just got out of the Rochdale Canal, and to be honest, it is exhausting walking around in there because your feet sink and then you've got to pull it out again. But other than that, it was quite good to see us opening that little trapdoor. It would have been better if we could have stopped the flow to see to see the shaft, that where it goes basically. But so yeah, this has been Connor, curbexuk, and Martin of Martin Zero. Check his YouTube out, check mine out, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to see more videos from me, and I'm going to leave you with a few clips of the canal lock drained.